What's happening, people? Fulham 1, Cambridge nil in a game that will hardly be a classic that we all remember for years to come. Fulham eked through the game, and I've got to say that it was a pleasure to go live to all of you. So at one point, I think it was 440 viewers throughout the first live stream that I did. I did one for each half. Thank you for anyone that watched. I'm sure you were all bored as fuck, but listen, I hope that I did a job in some way. But anyway, like aside from that, I think that during that first half, Fulham really struggled to sort of break down that resolute Neil Harris Cambridge side. I think that Kevin struggled mightily with that double team that Cambridge were putting on the Brazilian. I think that you saw sort of real worries. Say that Kevin can't do that long term. I think that he needs to learn that. Say that he's going to be facing low blocks like he did today. That teams will cotton on to how good he is. Right? We saw, to be fair to Kevin, in that second half, through those first 10 minutes, that he looked a lot better. He came out of traps and he was beating people. Came up with some more ingenuity that Fulham really did lack, and I'm very glad to say that he looked a lot better. Aside from that, I think that Fulham's man of the match was once again impressing again was Jorge Cuenca. Jorge looked terrific in that centre-back role. He was spraying possession across the field. He was kept Kwasi, the Cambridge striker, very physical, at bay. He did fantastically doing that. Benjamin Lecomte struggled out at corners sometimes, but his distribution was very good. That partnership of Diop and Cuenca impressed once again. Harrison Reed did very well. He did very well in the third round tie against Bristol, his last start in a Fulham shirt, and he did very well again today. He sort of did link possession and he progressed the ball quite well, maybe even better than Tom Cairney did at points. Raul Jimenez, not the performance that he wanted to sort of make himself be at the forefront of Marco Silva's plans to be that striker. But listen, he was the man who, I'll bring you on to Anthony Robinson quickly. He was the man that Kevin found that overlap, got that duo of Robinson and Kevin going. Something that we will see many more times through the next few weeks and months, I'm very sure. Robbo put a great ball in his first start in Fulham colours this season. Full well start full stop. And he put in a great ball. Raul Jimenez had a very acrobatic shot saved, and Timothy Castagne put it back across the box for a Smith Rowe goal. And Smith Rowe, that's good to see that he gets his second goal of the season. Fulham's joint top scorer when you count in all competitions. It is good to see. I think that Smith Rowe did struggle at points, but he sprouted the whole of the Fulham front line really. So him getting that goal does give him some more confidence and maybe gives them a better conversation to start at Villa Park on Sunday. Apart from that, Samuel Chukwueze came on. Struggled at points. He came inside quite a lot and tried to be that central creator, something that you don't really associate as much with Chukwueze, but he showed that he can play going down to that byline with his pace or coming inside like on that left foot, so much so that he swapped wings when Harry Wilson came on and played down that left side, being that winger that gets to the byline. So that was very positive to see. Listen, aside from that, I think that Jonah Kusiasari will be very disappointed not to get minutes. Say that he's not going to get minutes when you're 1-0 up, looking for a striker just really to run about like and cause some physical issues. Say that he's not going to get that like against Cambridge. When is he going to get that? That is a real question for me. I think that Marco Silva's been critical of the German before. Well, he's been critical of the Swede before, and I think that we've seen that maybe he isn't in Marco Silva's plans, but. Fulham, hardly a classic, but we're in the fourth round of the League Cup. Say that we get a good draw tomorrow after the Port Vale Arsenal game. You win that game, you're in the quarterfinal. That's how quickly the League Cup moves. And I spoke pre-game about how much the League Cup should mean to me, or does mean to me, and should mean to Fulham. Fulham have a real opportunity, like in this competition, to do some damage and go far. I think they can, right? It's highly vintage performance, but Fulham withheld and got through that low block in the end against a physical Neil Harris side. And Fulham were in the hat to the fourth round. And Fulham won, Cambridge nil. US.